Hi y'all, it's Mike Miner. Over the course of this campaign, I've thought a lot about the very first campaign that I ever did anything for. It was 2006, we were trying to elect Jim Webb to the Senate. This was George W. Bush years, middle of the Iraq War. I wanted so badly for him to win that race. And I remember doing everything I could in order to make that happen. On the last day, on election day, I was driving voters to the polls. And this one woman has always stuck with me. She got in my truck, we were driving to her polling place, making light conversation. Hey, who are you gonna vote for? She turned to me and she said, I'm voting for Jimmy Webb and against the gays. Because that was also the year that we were voting on a constitutional amendment to ban gay marriage. That night, the election returns came in, and Jim Webb did win that race, and that was a great feeling. But so did that constitutional amendment, by 57%. And that's a number that has always stuck with me. When I was younger, it seemed insurmountable. But that was also not the end of the story, because people didn't give up. They stayed active. They kept standing up and telling their stories and trying to change people's minds. In just a few years, a majority of Americans supported gay marriage, including a majority of Virginians. And that's the lesson that I take from that time. I'm so optimistic about America because I know things can change. I've seen things change. That's something that fuels me right now. This is a dark time. And you can watch the news every night and get outraged by something new, because there is a new outrage every single night coming from this administration. But if you look a little bit to your left, you will see something that should inspire you. This is millions of people standing up, getting active for the very first time, and demanding change. We're talking about young people, yes, but we're also talking about women of all ages, people of color of all ages, people who care deeply about climate change and about gun control of all ages. I genuinely believe that Donald Trump has inspired a new sense of civic activism that is going to knock him out of office. But I do worry about whether or not that sense of activism is continued after he leaves office. The natural home for these people is the Democratic Party. And we need a DNC that understands that and invests in it to try to keep that momentum going as part of the key strategy for us to win, not one election, but many elections. That's what this campaign has been all about. I've shared with you my ideas for building a DNC that harnesses that spirit of activism and helps it to grow. This is about creating a culture of inclusion. It's about transparency, and it's about focusing on the grassroots. If you believe in that vision, and if you believe in the opportunity that we have to build something great together, then I ask for your vote tomorrow to be your DNC member.